Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, cause it's showtime!
Welcome to the Cafe Brew. I gotta tell you,
Take a big stretch.
sometimes you don't know what's going on, and sometimes you do.
You need to stretch. Put your arms up.
No. You know, when I was playing ball, I did that, and I dislocated my shoulder.
Of course you did. Why am I so not surprised by that story?
Let me see.
Good morning to you.
What's this? No,
This
it was
one?
this one.
This one.
Yeah.
Remember that commercial? Raise your hand if you're sure. Happy Friday to you. Good morning.
We are, I don't know what's going on.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to
Good
the Morning
morning to
Brew.
you.
Morning,
Morning,
where
morning,
your
morning.
bagel meets our laughter. This is the funniest thing I've ever
I
seen.
decided I thought we should go old school back to the studio. I kind of missed my unicorn. I missed my sunshine. I missed all of my beautiful paintings. And since our crew was on, I can't say quarantine crew because we're really working, but we're on scale down crew right now on Friday. We thought, let's go home. Let's sit back in our studio, take a deep breath and that coffee, put your feet up,
I'm
and
dying.
do some memes is all I can tell you.
Yeah. Now let me ask, because I'm Puerto
We're
Rican.
working on a meme.
I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know too much about nothing. What is and President Biden, former Vice President Biden, thank you very much for making Hispanics more human than blacks, I guess. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I don't get that whole thing. You actually showed me that comment yesterday, and it's going viral
I don't
now.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Major stuff. I'm gonna let the Slickster tell us.
I mean, basically, it was a soundbite of Mr. Biden explaining that the Latinos are more human than blacks. Like, basically, he was just portraying Latino
More diversified, shall we say?
Yeah, more diversified
diversified.
than the black community. But Mr. Biden, I just felt like he was just jaded when he spoke that whole situation. I didn't get into the whole story, besides the soundbite and like a quick snippet from I forgot what website it was on. But Mr. Biden was just really uncalled for
What'd
that
he
whole
say?
situation. Yeah, it is. But I can replay the
Just line 'em
soundbite. Let me see.
Until we get to his.
Let me see if I can find the soundbite.
The soundbite was something about diversification among the Latino community. Unlike the blacks, is what got him in trouble. Because it's unlike the blacks.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Listen, it's not the first time he's put his foot in mouth.
Correct.
Didn't he say something about if you vote Republican, you're not black or something like that?
Yeah, he did.
that,
He
right?
definitely said that. Yes.
But anyway, I mean, I don't want to jump on this thing because if Trump has said it, like Trump says a lot of stupid things. I got some news for you guys. If the two of you shut up, one of you is going to walk into the White House. The more you talk, the stupider you look. Yes, that would be you. I'm not saying you're a stupid person. I'm saying you say stupid things. Don't do that. Now, did you see the high school that opened up? I tried to get the picture.
Actually,
And they pulled it.
showed me the picture.
Yeah.
My
You see that?
days showed me the picture.
Didn't they?
Because I thought, no, it
Yeah.
can't. Why I heard about it, I thought, can't possibly be true until I saw the picture. And even me, the believer of underdog, you know, the dog, underdog, and actually truth and justice and goodness for all, and I truly believe that. I thought, maybe this is not a real picture. Maybe it's a picture taken from last year, is what my hope is.
No.
Maybe that's an inaccurate picture because I honestly can't believe that could actually happen in our current situation of the state, the world, the
But
country.
did you see, are you referring to the picture or what happened from the principal?
The picture.
Forget about that. The picture has a mass of kids in the school's
Literally
hallways.
jam-packed in the hallways.
That isn't the part that gets me upset.
What gets you upset?
The principal goes on the loudspeaker and they have it recorded and said if anybody posts pictures
Oh, yeah, that.
or puts any video or audio of our school on the net, there will be consequences.
Yep.
So they were asking kids, how do you feel about it? He says, I don't think it's fair. Fair? That's an impeachment of your constitutional rights. You can't do that. And this is the principle? Meanwhile, masks are optional. And he asked, is there social distancing in the classrooms? He said, huh? No, it's just like it's always been.
Can you even understand this? Has anyone interviewed the principal? Has it been taken out?
Yes, I hear that the FBI, the CDC, and everybody else is on their way there this morning.
Like, you think this has been taken out of context, or you think this is for real?
Well, I don't know. I saw a picture of a mob, so I don't know how much context. You mean this is an old picture?
I can't even
Maybe it
fathom that
is.
this is a real thing.
I don't think that this isn't the only school that's happened to.
Oh, absolutely not. They shut down 2 schools already that opened with cases of the virus. But I have a question, and I'm glad we brought this up because I have a question for you. You see this studio that we're in?
She's got something to say.
Oh, let's say it. Come on.
Oh no, I was just bringing it over for later.
Let me bring it over. What do you got
don't
to
think
say?
this is the first
She
school?
knows it's not the only school.
There's a lot of stories online. Oh God, my mic was really hot. There's a lot of stories online of people saying that they've gone to first day of school pep rallies and they were one of 4 people wearing masks. There's stories all over, and it's the same thing. You're not supposed to be posting pictures and videos and all that. There's a school. I know the one you're talking about is in Georgia. There was one in Alabama. I think there was one in northern
Illinois.
Florida.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I saw a picture of a teacher training because, school teachers are now doing online. They're doing training so they can teach online. And there were a handful, maybe more than a handful, 6, 7 teachers sitting around a table, very close in a picture, without masks. And you're thinking, wow. And again, I thought maybe this is an old picture.
Maybe you think everything is being pulled out of context.
I would love to think that because I can't possibly think this is a real thing.
Well, like they say.
It would be like 10 of us standing right here behind me taking a picture, which is nothing that we're doing.
Well, I got a question because now that you say that, I'm going to move over because I'm beginning to get a little creepy. I got a question for you. I'll put on my maxi pad. I got a question for you. I got a question. Suppose in this room there's one way in and one way out. There's a door, and here's another door, just like this studio is, right? And in that door, when you enter, there is 50% of the virus in this room. You following the bouncing ball? I am telling you, there is 50% of the virus in this room. And if you go through this door, at the end of that door, I will give you a paycheck. Do you do it?
You wearing a mask?
It's optional.
How much is the paycheck?
I'm not going to give you any more. That's enough of that. You got to make a decision,
If
yes
I
or
can
no.
wear a mask, yes.
You would do it, wearing a mask. That only protects you, doesn't protect anything you're about to encounter.
You should all have masks on.
When you wear a mask, it's this way.
Yeah, but how do you know that when you go to the grocery
Let's
store,
finish
it's not
my
filled
bit
to
and then we'll go to
50%?
yours. Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's the door, and this is the door. Now, you guys are adults, right? Suppose your 5-year-old kid. You're going to send him through that door? What do you mean, no? Of course you're not going to say no. That's what's happening. We know what we're going into.
Benny Hughes here? Yeah. Oh,
We know what
okay,
we're
yeah.
going into. The question is, we have to select whether or not we're going to do it. See, the people, these knuckleheads in the White House can't come up with a stimulus program. I had a big argument about that, too. Do you believe that there should be $600 a week on top of your unemployment?
I can't, listen. By the grace of God, we are still open for business, so it is not my place
But do
to
you
say.
agree that it should or should not be?
I think there needs to be some help. I can't, who am I to push the button on say the amount? But I think there needs to be help.
But then riddle me this, Batman. We write checks for trillions of dollars for the stupidest freaking things I've ever seen in my life. And we're going to debate right now in the midst of this mess about giving 600 that we just came off of? Really?
Oh, I gotta ask, can we play an MP3?
Yeah.
We should send her the song from
What?
Steve-O. That
Oh.
unemployment. So your guys,
Sent it to me today.
did you have it?
I
We,
didn't get to listen to it.
so the guys.
Can we play that?
That's what I'm asking. The unemployment guys
We're going to look at it.
that you had on the show that we met through Steve-O, the SoFlo DJs, that came up with an unemployment song, and apparently they took the audio when you're on hold, and they sort
They
of
made a rap
remixed
out of it.
and they made a rap, but they have the same verbiage, so I'm wondering, how are they allowed to do that?
I don't know.
But it's kind of cool.
I don't
And
know.
it's been picked up by a couple labels, he said already, which is pretty cool.
Which is kind of scary.
I know. We got to play it because it's really funny.
We may want to listen to it first.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think so, a little bit. But anyway, that is the interesting aspects of what's going on. You got Biden, you got the virus, you got the schools, and you know it's just going to get more confusing. The unemployment thing is another problem. Now, Mr. President is going to do an executive order. And he's going to put his own plan in play. I got to tell you something. When you think you can get away with just about anything, they're going to come down on you. You know, Dawn, if you walk in here and you say, Vinny, I want you to wear your shirt inside out. I want you to put your underwear over your head. I want you to wear your shoes over your ear. People don't like those things. They don't like it. Whether or not you have the power of doing it is something else. But when you start doing things that you don't like, you got issues. And today, he's going to push forward an executive order that was going to be taken to court. It's going to slow everything else down. It's just ridiculous.
I got to tell you something that I like, though. And I know we've got a guest calling in from England, so we'll bring her over also. We had the colored pencil artist show yesterday, which I really like the name of that because it defines what Jay Harmon does. And a longtime friend of ours, Mark Freeman, who gave us our original, my OG New Dawn Media logo. And he came in yesterday, and it was nice to see an old friend and his work. And we've got a new sunrise, a new dawn picture that we're going to be putting up in the theater, which just brings a little more sunshine into the studio. And I love his pieces. He's got resin and color, and it's all about bringing the sunlight in. So when you came in this morning, you saw me sitting in my car with my windows down and listening to some music.
Yeah.
You know, we go from our house to our car back inside. And we're fortunate that we live in a beautiful place, and it's a heck of hot outside. But sometimes, for me, if I can sit down, turn on my air conditioning, roll down the windows, and enjoy some fresh air, it's a beautiful thing to live in South Florida.
Now, I went to dinner last night because I got out late from here.
How did you keep your eyes open for
I
dinner?
put 2 toothpicks in there, and you know what I went? You know where I went?
Where?
End of the Ave.
Did you really? You went all the way up to Delray? I was so tired. Ever get so tired you're sick to your stomach? I was so tired and so sick to my stomach. I went home last night and I'm like, oh my God, I think I want to crawl into bed. And my daughter actually made dinner. She said, I cannot eat this food anymore. But you went out.
I went, and there's ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to go to New York Ave, I'm going to tell you how you get there.
End of the app.
That one. You go, New York, I'm seeing New York State of Mind, that's right. You go down 818. Do not go down Atlantic Avenue.
I can't believe you went out for dinner. Oh my gosh.
So here I am on Atlantic Avenue, and I get the best tasting hot dog that ever is. And I put my ingredients, I do the
ate
Freddy
too?
Shuffle. I ate it. No, I took it home and put it in.
Gosh, I would be like,
And I
pick me off the floor.
and the funny thing is, the owner, what's his name, Jesse?
Jamie.
Comes in with a dog, his big poodle, and he has a gray mask on. Hey, how you doing? And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at
I
him.
know you.
So I go out, I take the mask off, and Jamie goes, so how's the cafe? And I go, who are you? You can't tell. Who's who? And he says, it's me, Jamie. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, I knew it all. That was just kidding. But it's amazing because there are more stores opening next to him. There's going to be a smoke shop. Is that what they call it? That's
Vape
what we used to
shop?
call it. Yeah, vape shop. In New York, it used to be called
Before they vape.
a smoke shop.
Did you have your hat on?
Yeah,
So he knew it was you.
yeah.
Here's the beautiful thing. I think iPhones, they're going to have to come up with new facial recognition because there's no facial recognition now with masks. So I think they're going to have to update the software that somehow it's going to be like through your
Impossible.
retina.
Impossible.
It's
What
going
are
to be
you
through the
gonna?
eyes. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. So you can't like have your kid look at it. And
I
if you
came
look
up
like
with
your
the
kid- I bet if Aaron looked at my phone, it would have facial recognition. It would pick him up.
Yeah, when you have so much makeup, the recognition would be something else. I have the solution to that problem.
Outrageous, right? Slip?
It is a
Uh-huh.
see-through mask.
Oh wait, I think somebody over here said that 6 months ago.
They're
and you
selling
said
them
no.
now.
Oh yeah.
steam though.
That's what he told me 6 months ago.
Yeah, but now they have a tube, and it goes into your, and I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes.
There
I
is,
just
there's
saw it
like
go
a-
down,
there's like a thing.
and it shoots the hot air out.
I saw. I did see that though. And I
Only
was
one they got
disappointed.
was Slick. Slick is the only one that got that whole tube thing.
Because he went dead here. I'm like, why would I be breathing?
You guys are crazy, but yeah, that's the thing. I can't believe you went out for dinner. I'm still tired from last night. We had a long day yesterday. Today's about the same kind of day, but it was a great day. We had a spectacular show. Pamela Chanel David, our Coast to Coast Connections, she hosted
That was a good show.
with Amy Minty, a
Very nice.
great show. Really got to see an in-depth look at Amy Minty, author of For Stripper Gamble.
It was very good.
And I read the first 2 chapters of her new book coming out, and we'll talk about that today on the 1 o'clock hour. But let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got Over the Pond on the line with us. So I'm looking forward to this interview. It's kind of
Oh,
a
I
look
got something to tell you. I'm
about
glad you're bringing
happiness.
this up. Yes.
So stay tuned. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
Not all CBD products are made the same. Here at your CBD store, our trained and highly educated staff can help recommend the perfect products for you. Stop in and see for yourself at one of our locations in Pembroke Pines, West Boca, Boynton Beach, or Singer Island. Or call us today at 561-437-1080. Again, that's 561-437-1080.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of scotch, whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's A-M-P, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
What a way to end the Friday, baby.
I gotta tell you, I'm excited to talk about it because on our 1 o'clock hour, we have author Amy Minty joining us, and she's got a new manuscript she's working on. So we get to talk about that.
Everybody in here is fighting to want to read
I've
it.
got the first 2 chapters of the manuscript in my computer bag, so I'm going to share that with all of you. We'll talk a little bit about it on the 1 o'clock hour. But today, I'm excited. Remember Brenda, who we had on the show a couple days
Of
ago?
course.
and
How
she's
can I
going to
forget
be-
Brenda? She's going to be doing...
So she put a spectacular post on last week about Tony McKenzie. She is an author in England. I didn't know she was in England. Your Flight to Happiness, a a 7-step journey to emotional freedom. And I love the whole book cover. And one of our producers, Teddy, reached out to her, and she's in England, Your Flight to Happiness with Ms. Tony McKenzie. So I'm excited to have her join us and see what it is to be happy.
Let's bring her on. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, good to meet you.
Good morning. Thank you good morning for us. Good afternoon. Happy Friday over in England.
Happy Friday to you. What time is it there? You in the morning still?
9:30 in the morning.
9:30. Yeah. It must be
Yeah, of course
3:30
you are,
over
yeah.
there. 3:30.
Yeah, 2:30.
2:30. They're 5 hours ahead.
Uh-huh.
How are you doing? I love the title of your book. I love the graphic on your book, and Your Flight to Happiness. Tell
Thank
us
you.
A little bit
Glad you
about
like it.
Tell us about
Right,
you and
okay.
your flight.
Okay, well, I'll just briefly say who I am and where I am now, and then tell you how I got to write the book and take my flight and my journey, subtitled Journey to Emotional Freedom. I used to be an air stewardess, married to an airline pilot, and it was actually my book writing mentor that came up with the theme, using that theme, the flying theme for my book. But just to rewind, I was in a place where I had everything I thought I'd ever wanted to be happy, blissfully happy, flying along. And then suddenly my world as I knew it was turned upside down, and it was like a crash landing. I was at rock bottom with 2 little children, aged 3 and 5, and absolutely nothing. As you may some guess, if you may guess, it was to do with my ex-husband, the airline pilot, who disappeared off the face of the earth and left us with nothing when our home was sold. It's not a sob story. This is over 20 years ago, but it was a very difficult and worrying time. But after licking my wounds for a while, I picked myself up, had to keep going for the kids, went to college, studied psychology. Then I trained as a counselor. And then the more I read about the subconscious mind, I wanted to work with the subconscious mind rather than just the conscious mind, because the subconscious is 90 to 95% of your mind. And although up here in the conscious bit, like the tip of the iceberg, we can say we have goals and plans and ideas and intentions, the subconscious mind very often has different ideas, which can go right back to very early childhood. So the more I learned about this, I was fascinated. So I went and studied and qualified as a clinical hypnotherapist. I think they call them hypnotists in America. It is hypnotism, but used in therapy, same thing. Also trained as a psychotherapist and a coach, a mindset coach. I trained in emotional freedom technique, otherwise known as tapping, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and RTT, rapid transformational therapy. Set up my own practice after working as a counselor in different organizations, including the NHS. I set up my own practice 15 years ago, and it's still going strong. And there was always this thing at the back of my mind. So I'd learned that happiness is not about material things or having other people to love you, or looking forward, I'll be happy when I get a better job, I meet the right partner, I've got the right body, or get the new handbag or the new trainers. It's always it seems to be for most people, I'd never even questioned it or thought about it, but it's always that feeling of looking for something to make you happy on the outside. But from that low point I was at when I studied psychology and became aware of the mind, the power of the mind and the emotions which are directly connected to our thoughts, I realized that happiness can be created from the inside by the way we think, consequently feel. So no matter what's going on around us, it's how we feel about it, our thoughts about it, that make us feel happy or unhappy. So I decided that was going to be the theme for my book, helping other people to learn what I'd learned, the 7 main lessons I've learned that turn my life around. So they're the 7 steps in my book. And at the time, I thought, who am I to write a book? All that sort of negative little voice, will anybody buy it? And there are so many self-help books out there. But I'd learned at this stage to quieten that inner voice and just to say, no, I'm going to go for it. And I had a vision board, the Law of Attraction vision boards, and I mocked up an image of a book that said, it said Amazon bestseller by Tony McKenzie, not knowing how on earth that would ever happen. But I thought, stick it on the vision board, hope for the best. And less than 2 years, maybe 18 months later, it was an actual Amazon bestseller. And it was up there in the top 5 with The Secret at number 1, The Secret with the Law of Attraction, which I'd used for many years. And the first self-help book I'd read, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers, a classic self-help book, which really helped me. And to see my book in between those two in the top 5 on Amazon was like a dream come true. So that's for starters. I'm giving you an overview of what happened to change my life and to write my book.
Well, tell us about the 7 steps. What is step 1? Or people who just feel like I can't even get unstuck. I just don't know where to even start. Back to the I'm unworthy from what I hear you saying, right? Why me? Why would anyone listen to me? Why am I entitled to happiness more than anybody else?
Absolutely. And when nobody's born with that inner voice, nobody's born with any self-doubts or feeling unworthy. It's all learned. And people just don't realize that they don't love themselves or they don't value themselves. I didn't until I became a therapist. And not because I had a very difficult childhood, but I think, parents don't know any better, do they? They'll pass on what they've downloaded, and things will happen to a child that makes them feel not lovable, not good enough in some way or other. And so we form these beliefs early in life, and they don't go away. And then every time something happens that makes us feel that we failed or that people don't like us or are not accepting how we are, what we're saying, each time that adds to it throughout life, right through childhood, through teens to adults. So the first step, is all about quietening that inner voice. And it's I'll have to refer to my book, which I have right here on my lap, that each chapter's got a flying related title. So after the introduction, which is the plane crash, when my life turned upside down, just to give an idea of what happened that led to all this, it's called Fear of Flying or Fear of Failing, because so many people have this fear of stepping out of their comfort zone, going for their goals. It's the what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if people laugh at me? What if I make a mess of things? And so it stops them from moving forward. So it's about addressing your fears and where they're coming from, becoming aware of what that inner voice is saying in the background. It's like a broken record playing round and round. So it's all the subconscious limiting beliefs that we've formed that lead to those feelings. So it's becoming aware of them, and then I give a tool, a technique in each of the steps that people can use to help them change the way that they think and feel. So at the end of that particular step, there's a little technique that people can use to very quickly take back control of our thoughts, because we're not taught we can control our thoughts.
It's interesting because
minds.
people have a fear of failure, but then apparently there's a thing, you have a fear of success, because that's what I'm being told from others I hear is we're afraid to actually succeed, but we're not afraid to fail. We're afraid to succeed. So I guess it's on the same spectrum. It's just on somewhere in the middle.
But you have a different impact. If you push to fail, you're gonna fail. I mean, there's no positive end to that result. But if you're afraid to succeed, that becomes a negative.
But
so
I don't
there's
think
a
people,
huge
they don't say
difference.
I'm afraid to succeed. It's a subconscious limiting belief of, am I worthy of actually being successful?
If you don't invest in yourself, would you say that's a method of afraid to succeed?
Is that a question?
I mean, a question?
It is a question, because there's a lot of people who won't invest in themselves. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about educationally. I'm talking about mannerisms. I'm talking about open-mindedness. I'm talking about the difference between having an argument and having a conversation. I'm talking about bullying. I'm talking about racial tensions. I'm talking about just the lack of communicating with one another is the stem that comes from insecurities that won't allow you to succeed in life. How can you say, I want to be the best, when you can't get out of your own way? If you don't listen to other people's, if you don't listen to people who are experts in the field and listen to a different point of view, doesn't mean you're going to be changed, but maybe you should look at a different perspective, right? We always talk about we got two eyes. Use both, one for you and one for something new.
Yeah, and then definitely that fear of not being worthy can stop people succeeding and failing. So fear of failing because they are afraid of success or afraid they won't succeed. So it's kind of the same thing, really.
I have to tell you, Brenda is spectacular. She's in a group I was in, and that's how we met her. And she posted your book, and I thought, wow! And look how far she's come in a year. She says.
Well, isn't Brenda from North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Dawn has brought in a massive amount of interviews, so I only know them by states. But she's the one. Don't we have an announcement for next week?
Yes, we do actually.
I don't get this. I'm like totally confused. Like she's not third person anymore. Brenda actually is joining the team. And what is she doing next Friday?
She's joining the team. She's going to be hosting Editor's Desk, and I know it's in a huge part, Tony, to her reading your book and starting on this successful journey. And she's just started one step at a time. She's lost 51 pounds. And it started, I think, with your book. And she just got out and started walking in her driveway. And she said a year ago, she wasn't any of this. She was homebound. She was suffering from PTSD, 20 years plus from the military. And she just secluded herself by a diagnosis of PTSD until she started loving herself and no fear of success. And now she's going to be hosting her own show.
And she was in the Marines, and you could still see that Marine base in her, which I found really intriguing in the interview, because as the interview went on and on and on, she began to gain more momentum. And there's an old saying, and we're trying to live this old saying now: you have to stay engaged, and staying engaged requires you to dust yourself off, forget about insecurities. You're going to have to overcome your insecurities, because this is a whole new world out there. I understand. It's funny that you're on, because this afternoon at 1:45 we are opening up the Cafe Goes to Europe, and Monica is going to come on and introduce herself and everything else that we're working. We're working with overseas. We want to put our show on the OTT market overseas in 5 different countries. And she was telling me that there are some real strange happenings happening again now in the UK. And that fear of things that are happening, whether you believe it's not happening or not, isn't relevant. But the fear of, it's the fear that sort of slows you down. If you subtract the virus, which is it's just a strange thing. If you subtract the virus, you talk about the fears that stop you from being successful.
And stop you from being happy.
But where do they come from? Do we create them? Were we taught these fears? Do we see things and then say 1 and 1 is 4?
Well, the thing is, babies are born with 2 fears only, and one is loud noises and one is falling. Any other fears that we develop are as a result of experiences or messages that we receive as we're growing up.
Yeah. There you have it. There you have it.
Yeah.
This is about being happy, loving yourself unconditionally. I love this. Develop a positive mental attitude and become self-empowered. Now, here's the other side of self-empowered, right? Your husband leaves you and you become self-empowered.
Yeah.
Now we're stepping in this space where women are becoming self-empowered and saying, you know what, I can do this, and I believe in me. And then sometimes the other stuff doesn't come along for this new journey that women are now embarking on.
Yeah. The other stuff being,
family, spouses.
You know, the stuff that goes along with a marriage.
That.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
About being
definitely.
self-empowered.
You know, and
Yeah.
got a bone to pick with you after the show.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. They ain't going to do it now.
How do people find your book, Tony?
Generally, well, it's available from Amazon. But people have, I go on, I give talks on social media in different groups and what have you. And that's how I met Brenda. She was a speaker in a group the evening after I'd given my talk, and she'd watched mine. And then when I watched her, she came on saying, wow, Tony Mackenzie's book is amazing. And I was like, oh, I love this woman.
She's
and
fantastic.
we ended up connected. We spoke on the phone, and she said that she's going to buy copies for all her friends because it's all the things she wants to say, but obviously in her own way. And it's given her the incentive to write her book that she's been thinking of doing for a while. So it's great that it's had that effect on her.
Fantastic. Thank you so much about creating the life you want to live. Miss
Yeah,
Tony
that's
Mackenzie,
it,
your flight
exactly.
to happiness.
Yep.
I'm excited. Where in
That's
London are
me.
you?
I'm in Manchester, which is
England.
north.
You have a great
North
soccer
of-
team.
Yeah, Manchester United. Not that I'm a soccer fan, but yes, they have a big
You're
following.
not a soccer fan?
and,
Wow. Wow, really? That's a little bit unusual in
So do we have Monica joining us on the 1 o'clock hour?
1:45.
There you have it.
She gave me 15 minutes because she's very busy, yes. And you were a pilot. You flew plane.
Her ex-husband.
Ex-husband.
Yeah, I was an air stewardess.
She was what?
An air stewardess.
Flight attendant.
A host, flight attendant.
So can you get me onto a plane? I want to do a show on a plane. Why is
apart from
everybody
the fact that
laughing? I think we could do a show on a plane, record it, and then when we land, we shoot it out. I think that'd be fantastic.
There'll be a lot of signals jamming up from control towers.
Thank you so much for joining us. Your Flight
It
to
might
Happiness author, Ms. Toni McKenzie, How to Live the Life You Want to Live. No more fear, how to succeed. Have a beautiful week, and thank you for joining us. Stay
thank
safe.
you.
There's my book, Before I Go, available from Amazon. Thank you for having me.
Much.
Okay, bye now.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much, Teddy. Very cool. You never know who you're going to meet by following people. I know. Look at his face. He's like,
I'm gonna refrain. This is the morning brew, right?
yes.
I'm gonna refrain from my personal comments.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, more with our Morning Brew crew. As we wrap up our Friday morning, give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
Admirers, connoisseurs, and enthusiasts of the art world, witness a visual spectacle like no other. Come visit the Gallery at the Theater, one of South Florida's best-kept secrets. Located in the heart of Boca Raton, the gallery features a diverse catalog of sculptures and paintings by world-renowned artists. But that's not all. All of the art is showcased in a live studio setting, home to South Florida's very own Brooklyn Cafe show, starring Dawn and Freddie S. And to top it all off, our collection includes signed memorabilia from some of the world's most iconic names in sports and entertainment history. So come on over, enjoy a cup of coffee, and experience the magic of the Gallery at the Theater. Located at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard in Suite 13. Or give us a call at 888-994-4995.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I gotta say, you always take one for the team. Always. If there's food, if there's drinks, if there's a party, you go. You take one for the team always.
You know, I learned something from Slick yesterday. Slick did a production yesterday. When are you going to air that?
I'm gonna hear that.
Talk into your microphone,
I gotta talk to
Mr.
Slick
Host.
about that.
I'm gonna air that I'll say I'll air that on Monday, and then I have a live spot on Tuesday with another person.
Interesting concept you put on yesterday.
Correct.
And I was surprised that your wingman wasn't with you.
Oh, Vinny? I don't know. He left early, but he came back though.
He came back. He left his charger again.
Yep. Yeah.
You have the meme, Teddy? You see the new one?
Yeah, I saw it.
And who's doing the memes? Vinny?
Vinny's doing it.
Yeah.
You got to see the new
Now
one.
I gotta tip my hat to you guys yesterday. You guys did a lot of work yesterday. You guys did a lot of good work yesterday. I want to congratulate Mia also with her sister.
That was
it
only
was probably-
yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did a good job
That
yesterday.
feels like it was weeks ago.
She actually did the best show that I've seen her do since she's been here yesterday with her sister. Maybe their sister has something to do with it or not. I don't know. Her sister wasn't very talkative to begin with. But that was a nice show. I saw the fuego went off, and it was a nice show. A lot of moving parts, a lot of things. And then he filmed something in the evening, and he was in control, which I really admire. He actually says, you know what? You in my house, you're going to do it my way. He even told the guy, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the brains. He didn't talk to
And
the
he
other
finished
way.
it out for me. The funny part was like I gotta edit that last part when he finished it out. He closed it out for me. Like I swagged the boy him in. Like I stopped, and then he says, "All right, guys, see you guys later on Slick Speed." And he finished it out for me.
He had the last word.
He literally had the last word to finish.
Slick was saying, Slick was telling him, you in my house. This is my show.
Crazy. I was like, okay, cool. I like.
Now,
this
is
energy.
where do you know this guy from?
I knew this guy from. I used to grow up in church. No, I used to grow up in the Seventh Day Adventist Church, and we used to grow up in the Adventist youth. So I
He
knew
thinks
him
he
more
knows you like a shirt he
He
puts on.
kind of does to a certain extent, but like what is it? I did grow up with him doing like church camps and whatnot. But me and him, we go way back.
Now, I'm going to tell you, not to toot my own horn, but this gentleman, who I thought his name was Andrew, all kidding aside.
Of course you did.
So I kept calling him Andrew.
So they what they put? They call me Andrew.
Call me in.
So he says he wants to be called Andrew because I started the thing and
Like
Slick
you're
told him to
Slick.
start.
What's his real name?
Jonathan.
Yeah, and then even
Not even close.
But I thought his name was Andrew.
What a surprise. You got their name wrong.
So he says, yeah, but you got my cousin Vinny, you got Slick, you got all these names for people. I want to be called.
Andrew.
They call me Andrew. No, they call me Andrew.
How'd you even come up with that name?
You told me Andrew.
I don't know.
I
he
never
told,
did.
No, he told them that, and I
Oh,
didn't
you
even know
did?
where he came. I don't even know where he got that concept
Oh, he
from.
told you his name was
He
Andrew?
has split
Yes.
personality. this
It's
guy.
weird, but
Then he's kind of perfect here with a few personalities.
correct.
I was dying because he refused on the lower thirds to be called Jonathan. He says, and they call me
refused.
Andrew.
That's
Yes.
hilarious.
So you go. It takes all kinds to make a village.
We got a lot of shows. You're recording another show in a few minutes.
Oh, actually, I'm doing that show on Monday in the
Oh, okay.
afternoon because kind of like something with scheduling, so he's gonna be doing it on Monday. It's kind of like I'm gonna be pretty busy on the next 3 days. I would say it's Friday. What is it? Friday, Monday, Friday the weekend, Monday and Tuesday. A lot of people have been like contacting me to do some things with them, and I'm like, okay,
For Slick Speaks?
correct,
Call his agent.
Pretty much.
correct.
It's time to level you up on Slick Speaks then,
Yeah,
Mr.
because
Slick.
it's to the point that I'm like, I am asking people around, especially in the Haitian community, to do something with me, but now
Not a
it's like
talent,
now it's like DMs are coming in and emails are coming in of like, oh yeah, I want to do something. I got a spot for you. Just I have this new talent. I'm like, okay,
I was
fine with me.
I was laughing because Slick goes, this podcast thing, not too bad.
It is not.
So I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, there are people actually listening to
Yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes I'm shocked at myself that but now I'm not because Freddie's telling me don't be shocked, but like now it's kind of like, wow. I'm
You ever
kinda
play?
getting used to
You ever
this
play
thing.
baseball
Yeah, no, never.
or football?
Football, yeah.
You ever throw a touchdown or quarter touchdown to win a game?
I actually scored a touchdown. Like quarterback saw me.
To win a game?
Yes,
How did that make you feel?
felt amazing.
Well, if you can take that feeling and put it in a bottle and you can sip that every day for the rest of your life, that's the way you should live life.
All right.
Now, we didn't get a chance to because I haven't had a chance. We've been so freaking busy. I don't even talk to Dawn yesterday, almost at all.
I went home and realized we never even had a conversation yesterday.
It was funny, right? We haven't talked to this young lady over here who had her debut show on WNN.
I think
on
you have another
Monday.
show today, don't you? 10:30. I'm looking at her face, going, ah.
Hopefully it's at 10:30. My guest is currently driving down from Orlando because we originally wanted to bring her in.
Is she coming in?
We don't know. She got a late start, so we're either going to do it at 10:30 or we're going to be a little later today.
Okay, so it'll be sometime today. But we didn't talk about the fact that you went into the radio station.
I did.
You did a marvelous job.
Thank you.
And you did a nice interview. And the lady that you interview offers some kind of discounts? Is that what you
Yes. So Marta, who's the co-founder of Ability Adaptive Wear, who I've interviewed twice, once was on the radio, offered all of our listeners a 10% discount code on the Ability Adaptive Wear website, and it's TEDI for 10% off.
Nice. We should put the website up.
Yes.
We should do something.
should
We should
do
do a
that.
lot of things. What happens with the mask with destroys? I'm not going to ask anymore.
gotta
I'm not
order it.
asking no more. I'm going to refer to Slick. When it's time, it shall happen.
I got to order them for you. I have my list. I need a list. I need focus.
You need to do less things and pay more attention to me.
How much?
That's what you need to do.
Spoken like a real guy.
Now, that's right. After that comment you made this morning, I'm going to be the guy. The guy.
I should pay more
The
attention to you. I should
the
do more
guy.
things for you.
Absolutely.
The guy.
Bring me a sandwich. I'm only kidding. And the other thing is, I was talking to my cousin Vinny in the lobby, and we were talking about different strategies of whether video or pictures work. And it's funny because it brought a conversation that I had with my son last night that I once said to him. Gio was a gamer. And if you look at, we're on Simulcast or Smashcast, a new site, which is Smashcast, which is a gaming site. I just signed up for it, and we're carrying it on there because gaming sites, they generate a lot of interest. The games that you guys play, sometimes he's there playing, and people watch him playing from all over the world. Who the hell does that? There were like 35,000 people watching him play. Because he is that good. Gio is that good.
I've spent many a nights, including 2 nights ago, watching people play video games.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What games?
I watch everything, but we'll talk later
You know
about
what's
that.
funny? I get bored, ironically, watching people play games. It's like same thing with watching sports. I get bored easily.
Because your mind is always going.
Yeah, and plus, I'd rather just do it myself. Like, if I just want to see people do it, then I'll just go online and do it. But it's boring. I'd rather play the games myself to do it.
Well, you know, the NFL tried to do it, and it was big time. Major League Baseball did the baseball thing. They did it. It was big time. People actually watch this stuff. But I'm talking about when Gio was 14. He had like 35,000. So I was going to ask you, if I'm playing the game, you can actually hear my voice when you're playing the game, correct?
You can decide. Some people don't like to hear the commentary, so sometimes it's a game that either you can't afford or you don't have time to play. So people will just do a playthrough where you can't hear them speaking, or they'll do usually on Twitch you can hear their commentary and you can hear them talking, and it's a lot nicer because right now the gaming community it's a lot online, but because people are in quarantine, people don't really want to play games right now. It's a depressing time, so it's nice to feel like you're getting together with someone who you know who's a friend of yours, when even if they're not.
Right. I
And
mean,
you get
there
to
are
hear 'em
people
goof
that
off.
don't even know you that are watching.
Yeah, and it's actually Fortnite is the biggest game right now. It's been the biggest game all year, and nothing's taken over it, and is the biggest thing on all social media, all YouTube, all Twitch.
What's it called?
Fortnite. It's a free-to-play game.
All right, so let me ask you a question, because my mind is always going. So we're playing she's playing Fortnite, we're watching, because you and I don't know our thumbs, they don't play, right? And you're watching, and all of a sudden you comment on that. It says every time this happens, you got to drink a shot of Gubble Rum.
Which is a common thing that people do, yeah.
I have a whole different perspective. We got gamers in here. You're a gamer, right? So all of a sudden, you got to be good though.
There's
This
also
is
I don't like Fortnite though.
There's a lot of
Doesn't
people
matter what
who
the
will
game
also
is.
do, instead of making you drink, it's interactive. So if I have a bottle of Gubba Rum and I'm playing, every time I lose or every time something happens in the chat or every time someone donates, because you can donate through Twitch also, and I'm sure this platform, you have to take a shot. And it's, you know, there's all these crazy challenges that you can do.
I think we should have because you could put this on you could put these games on Facebook and everything else. I saw.
Correct, yeah.
I see people playing, and there's a lady with a headset, and she's like,
Really?
"Take a shot." Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we go into the gaming world. The numbers are staggering.
One of the highest paid YouTubers for the past 5 years, I think he just got overrun last year, was a gamer. PewDiePie.
Wow.
Cutie Pie.
PewDiePie.
Wait, what about
with a P.
Ninja though?
Ninja, he is also one of the highest paid, but he's still not the number one. PewDiePie was for like 5 years until a music channel took him over.
Then I hear that they have these contests where millions of dollars can be won if you win the contest.
Yeah, Fortnite
much.
has contests. Overwatch has contests. My brother-in-law plays Street Fighter contests.
Nice. Oh, nice.
And they take donations. Not that I don't know if anybody's gonna pay, but I mean, the gaming industry is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Unbelievable.
It is the most. It is outrageous. Not that it's ridiculous, it's just outrageous. But the numbers are staggering. So I was thinking, maybe we do a gaming platform. Now that we have all these different platforms available.
I'm gonna need toothpicks to keep my eyes open because I gotta tell you, I don't know how much more we can possibly.
Well, this
Bring
conversation all started because I had a conversation with my cousin Vinny. Now, when I started this business, nobody ever heard of putting video on radio stations. And N's model, the only radio station you can watch. Right? Think about that. That doesn't even make any sense. You're watching your radio and it comes to life, right? Now, there's a little gizmo we're working on that you put it in your cigarette lighter and you can see the video right in front of you in a hologram.
It's kind of scary
Why?
because you're watching TV while you're driving.
No, it doesn't work when you're driving. You have to sort of just pop it in there.
And why would you be in your car at your cigarette lighter? I don't think cars have cigarette lighters anymore. Do
That
they?
was the problem. We ran into
They
the.
do?
They started eliminating them, so now we got to go to what's that called? The thing on the bottom of the phone.
Oh, USB.
USB.
Oh my gosh! Do you have the meme that Vinny did?
Oh, I don't have it on here.
So there's a whole meme theme going around. I know you don't know what a meme is, but Reese
My sister's
Witherspoon
name is Mimi.
and Mindy Kaling started a meme of the year thus far, and from January until August, September. So Vinny, our cousin Vinny, my cousin Vinny, he put this meme together of our cafe and our crew to see what we were like in January and what we are like now. And I got to tell
Oh,
you,
is that what that's about?
yes.
Oh, that's not good.
And I got to tell
I've
you,
aged.
that's pretty much about how I feel right now.
I've aged. Vinny,
With
don't
the
do that to me. I
tears
thought
in
we
my
were
eyes.
friends. I'm like prehistoric now.
But that's the meme. And January starts off, bam, it's 2020, we're good to rock and roll. And then you can see the evolution, and you see the end of the meme is what you and I are feeling today.
That's
on
not
a
good because he
Friday.
has a thing in there. Me holding a cup of cola. I think I was crying.
Wait, what?
You were
It
crying?
was like this.
Maybe. He looks familiar.
Yeah.
So you never know the man behind the camera.
You know, it's funny because he comes around with his camera. He's always taking pictures. Now I know what he's putting together. And I'm always making these silly faces when he does it.
You have the best facial
And there you have
expression.
it. Can we ISO on that?
Oh.
And there's our meme.
There's me in April. What the hell?
And see how we started off January. We got me at the bar, and then mass time. See, July, I'm like, oh, look at my.
Look at Slick right in the middle. Where was that? I was at the radio station.
And then you and I are just about done by August, September.
We should make a calendar and raise some money for other,
What?
for
Who would
workers.
want our
or-
calendar?
Oh, you know. And there you go again, ladies and gentlemen. Who let the people decide?
Yes. Can we put you in a Speedo?
A Speedo.
A fireman's calendar. Oh, you guys, you
I'll
weren't
be-
with us when our crew from a couple years ago were raising money for Freddie and a Speedo on the beach.
And Freddie said, "Not doing it."
Remember the movie? Well, you actually have to go. It's
I
late,
actually
but
pulled a hammy on the way to the beach.
Freddie and the Speedo.
Why is
what
it
we were
that it's
gonna do.
always Freddie in a Speedo? Why can't it be Freddie in the suit?
Actually, we're going to come up with a thing Freddie says because I can talk
we're back
for
to
3
that. I don't wanna
hours,
hear this nonsense.
And one thing comes out of this man's mouth, and I get that. Well, Freddie said, yes, Freddie's words of wisdom.
It isn't Freddie's words of wisdom. I'm listening to everything you say. Like
Clearly, you
today's
did not
show.
listen.
I did listen, and I'm a little
I watched
bit.
when you put the phone down, and I'm like, no, he didn't hear a word.
I hear everything.
You hear it all. All right, you ready? We got to hit the road. We got some shows to produce. Teddy Unscripted coming to you soon.
We're doing Viernes Social at midday.
Viernes Social at midnight, always on Friday. We've got BYOB at 11:30. At 11, we have that ready to rock and roll with Natalia Levy and a spectacular photographer.
That was done already, right?
That was yesterday's, and
Okay.
then today is someone who really helps grow your LinkedIn presence. So she has great information on growing your business. Really, really important information.
At
We've got
midday.
Amy Minty at 1 o'clock. We got a lot of things going on.
That we're gonna have the UK again from our affiliates in Europe.
And tomorrow, we've got our Kids Television Network kicking off with a new episode of Veggie Vero Goes Storytime at 9:30. We've got bread and butter making with Homemade with the Animator.
Animator.
And then at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. We've got Kids in Capes. I've lost track of time.
Very nice. I had to put the promo out that Hector sent me. We're going to be promoting and letting you know what's on the agenda. And if you have something that you want to talk about, something that you want to let us know about, just an idea, let us know. And you never know. Maybe you could be out here with a microphone of your face telling us just the way it is.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. We'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna say and craters, open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche, helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an for a sound waiting deep inside my name.